Have you ever felt like you're just, trying to keep up with technology? It feels like a rocket ship sometimes.
Oh, definitely. New breakthroughs seem to pop up constantly. It's a lot to take in.
And really understanding the impact, that feels almost impossible sometimes.
It's a common feeling, that information overload. Hard to see the real point through all the noise.
Exactly. And that's why we do the deep dive, brought to you by easymasterai.com.
We try to cut through that clutter for you.
Yeah, we distill the important stuff, the knowledge you actually need. And today, we're diving into a really interesting book. It promises to be a bit of a shortcut, actually.
A shortcut to understanding what feels like one of the biggest revolutions happening right now.
The book is called The ChatGPT Gold Rush: Profiting from the AI Revolution Online Prompt Engineering Mastery with ChatGPT by Mark Adelson.
Sounds like a mouthful. But it really positions itself as a comprehensive guide to using AI. Practical benefits, productivity, even new income streams.
So, our mission today: unpack this book, pull out the really key insights. We want to help you grasp the huge potential of AI, specifically ChatGPT.
How it can boost your productivity, maybe even open up new ways to profit.
Right. Let's dive in. Okay, first things first, let's level set. What is ChatGPT, fundamentally?
The book explains it clearly. It's a large language model, comes from OpenAI, and it's built on their GPT-4 architecture.
So think of it like an AI that's really good at understanding us, like natural language.
Exactly. It allows for these conversations that feel surprisingly human, talking to a machine, but it feels different.
And the key is the training, right? It's learned from just a massive amount of data.
Colossal is the word. That's what lets it generate responses that actually make sense in context. They're coherent, they fit the conversation.
Which gives it these core abilities the book mentions, like answering questions really well.
Yep, question answering, language translation that's pretty seamless, and summarizing long texts almost instantly. It's a big step up.
But it's not just about chatting, is it? The book emphasizes how broad its uses are.
Oh, absolutely. The applications are incredibly diverse. It's kind of popping up everywhere.
Like in customer service.
For sure. Transforming chatbots, virtual assistants, they can understand what people are actually asking, handle FAQs, even troubleshoot issues 24/7.
And for businesses working internationally.
The language translation is huge. It just smooths out communication, makes global collaboration much easier.
I can see that. And for someone like me who feels buried in articles sometimes, the summarization.
Oh yeah, total game changer. Imagine getting the main points of a long report in seconds. Super valuable for, anyone short on time. Journalists, researchers, execs.
And education too, personalized learning.
Right. You can adapt to different student styles, help explain complex stuff in a way that clicks for the individual.
So the big takeaway here is ChatGPT isn't just one thing.
Not at all. It's incredibly versatile. And because its applications are so widespread, understanding how to use it, that's becoming really crucial.
For personal goals, for business goals, it's becoming kind of an essential tool in the digital world.
You got it.
Okay, so we know what it is. Let's get practical. What can you, listening right now, actually do with it? The book gets into some really concrete uses, starting with content creation.
Calls it the cornerstone of digital presence, which feels right.
Yeah, anyone creating content, blogs, articles, social media, whatever, knows the grind.
Right. Producing stuff, sharing it, hoping it hits the mark with your audience.
Yeah.
The book shows ChatGPT isn't just like a helper here. It's more like a force multiplier.
How so?
It helps you scale up your output, refine your message, gives you an edge, really. Imagine brainstorming, say, 10 blog post ideas in minutes instead of hours, or getting a quick analysis of what your audience is talking about online.
So it handles the heavy lifting.
Pretty much. You move from spending ages on the basic tasks to more strategic thinking. Let the AI draft the descriptions, generate headline options. You focus on the bigger picture.
I remember spending hours trying to nail a product description once, agonizing over every word.
Been there. With ChatGPT, you could probably generate like 20 versions in 10 minutes and pick the best one.
The book even suggests a workflow, doesn't it? Using tools together.
Yeah, it mentions using things like Jasper, which is another AI writer, alongside ChatGPT, then optimizing the content for search engines with tools like Surfer SEO.
And polishing it up with Grammarly or Coolbot.
Right, for grammar, it may be rephrasing.
Yeah.
And then using SEO plugins like Rank Math. It's presented as a whole integrated process.
Okay, what's next after content? Research.
Yep, research assistance. The book frames ChatGPT as your AI research partner, which is a pretty cool idea.
How does that partnership work in practice?
Well, think about literature reviews. They can take weeks, right? Painstaking work.
Absolutely. Finding papers, reading, summarizing, connecting ideas.
ChatGPT can accelerate that dramatically. It helps find relevant papers, sure, but the real power is in synthesis. It can help identify themes, spot gaps in the research, even draft outlines for review sections.
Wow. So you jump from just gathering information to actually strategizing much faster.
Exactly. It also helps with feedback on proposals or manuscripts, checking clarity, logic, suggesting improvements.
And even time management for researchers.
Yeah, helping set schedules, prioritize tasks, find ways to save time. Plus, it can quickly pull up info on ethical guidelines, research protocols, helps you make sure you're doing things right from the start.
So it really covers the whole research life cycle almost.
From the first idea right through to thinking about ethics and even professional development, it streamlines the whole thing.
Okay, we've hit business uses, research. What about personal development? Language learning comes up in the book.
It does, and it's fascinating because it covers both human languages and computer languages, coding.
How does it help with, say, learning Spanish?
Well, beyond the basics like flashcards or grammar drills, the real impact is having this, infinitely patient tutor available 2147.
Ah, okay.
Right.
No, getting embarrassed asking the same question 5 times.
Right. You can practice conversation, ask it for clarification, get instant feedback on your pronunciation, even ask it to speak with a specific accent. It can generate exercises tailored to what you need to work on.
And for coding, like learning Python or something.
Similar idea. It can provide code examples instantly, like show me a Python for loop.
Okay.
Or explain tricky concepts. What's the difference between an array and a linked list in Java? It can give you a clear explanation.
And debugging. That's always the hard part.
It can help there too. Suggest ways to find and fix errors in your code. Like if you get a syntax error in JavaScript, it might point you in the right direction.
So it's like having a language tutor and a coding mentor rolled into one, available anytime.
Pretty much. Makes learning much more accessible.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly powerful. So if someone's listening and thinking, I want to try this, how do they actually, get started?
That's a good question, and the book clarifies something important here. You don't typically sign up for ChatGPT itself like you would for, say, Facebook.
Right, it's the underlying AI model.
Exactly. You access it through other tools and platforms.
So what are those tools?
For most people, it'll be things like third-party apps, chatbots you find online, writing assistant tools, language learning apps. Many of these now have ChatGPT integrated.
Ah, okay. So you might already be using it without realizing it.
Possibly. There are also online demos you can find. They often have limited features, but they let you interact with it directly just to get a feel for it.
What about developers, people who want to build stuff with it?
That's usually through the OpenAI API. It lets you integrate ChatGPT's power into your own applications. But that typically requires getting an API key, setting things up. Usually needs some programming know-how.
So for a beginner just wanting to experiment.
Definitely start with the online demos or try out some of those third-party apps. They're much easier to jump into.
Okay, we know what it is, what it does, how to access it. But the book talks about something called prompt engineering as being key to really unlocking its power. Sounds a bit technical.
It can sound that way, but the core idea is pretty straightforward. It's basically about how you talk to the AI.
How you phrase your questions or instructions.
Exactly. Prompt engineering is the art, and maybe science, of designing the best possible inputs, the prompts, to get the best possible outputs from models like ChatGPT.
Why is that so important? Can't you just ask it anything?
You can, but the quality of the answer depends hugely on the quality of the prompt. Clear, specific prompts get much better, more accurate results. Vague prompts get vague, sometimes unhelpful answers.
So it's about minimizing confusion for the AI.
Pretty much. Minimizing ambiguity, maximizing accuracy, making sure the AI really understands the task you're giving it.
How do we get good at this? What are the tips?
The book stresses being specific. Define the task clearly. What's the input? What kind of output do you want? Are there any constraints?
Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of just saying, write a story, the book gives examples like a prompt that asks ChatGPT to act as a Nobel Prize-winning chemist and generate curriculum ideas. Or a prompt for a book plot that specifies the title, The Prince and the Forgotten Castle, and that it needs morals suitable for 10-year-olds.
Ah, that level of detail, okay.
That specificity guides the AI much more effectively. Another key tip is experimenting. Try different ways of phrasing things. This is sometimes called priming.
Priming.
Yeah, it's like giving the AI a little nudge or context beforehand to steer the generation in the right direction. You might give it an example sentence or a few keywords related to the topic.
How do you experiment effectively?
Platforms like the OpenAI Playground are good for this. You can try different prompt lengths, different levels of detail, provide various contexts, and just see what happens. Then you evaluate the results and tweak your prompt.
So it's an iterative process. Try, review, refine.
Definitely. Have a clear goal, use relevant context, be concise but specific, and keep iterating. And always, always review and edit the AI's output.
Right, it's not magic. You still need to check its work.
Absolutely. Check for accuracy, make sure the tone and style fit, ensure it's actually relevant to what you asked for.
How do you know if a prompt is really working well?
Good indicators are things like, does it consistently give you the kind of output you need? Is the quality high, accurate, relevant, maybe even creative? Are users inapplicable finding it helpful?
Okay, that makes sense. Now, the book mentions something really intriguing, selling prompts, like as a business.
Yeah, it's a fascinating angle. The idea is if you get really good at crafting prompts for specific tasks or industries, those prompts themselves have value.
Where would you even sell them?
The book mentions platforms like Teachers Pay Teachers, maybe Udemy or Skillshare, for courses on prompt writing. And dedicated marketplaces are popping up, like PromptBase.
PromptBase? What's that?
It's a platform specifically for buying and selling prompts. It has libraries, tools to help build prompts, ways to test them.
Wow, so mastering prompt engineering isn't just about getting better results from AI.
Exactly. It could actually become a skill you monetize directly. It's like learning the AI's secret language, unlocking its potential, and maybe even finding new ways to earn. #V. Skyrocketing productivity growth with ChatGPT.
Let's shift gears to productivity. The book titles this section Skyrocketing Productivity Growth, which is quite a claim. How does ChatGPT deliver on that?
Well, it touches on a lot of the things we've already hinted at, but focuses on the efficiency gains. Think about the time saved, first off.
Okay, like generating text.
Right. Drafting emails, writing reports, creating marketing copy, even generating code snippets. Doing that in seconds instead of minutes or hours adds up incredibly fast.
And customer support automation.
Huge time saver. Handling FAQs, tracking orders, basic troubleshooting, even scheduling appointments. The book gives examples like e-commerce bots or salon appointment schedulers. That frees up human agents for complex issues.
What about research efficiency?
We talked about literature reviews, but also summarizing findings quickly, answering specific technical questions, even translating source material. It just speeds up the whole knowledge gathering process.
And streamlining workflows in general.
Yeah, automating repetitive stuff like data entry, helping with data analysis, improving team communication, maybe through drafting updates, project management assistance, even helping with recruitment by drafting job descriptions or screening questions.
It also mentions personalized recommendations. How does that fit productivity?
It's more about business productivity, I guess. Analyzing customer data to suggest relevant products on an e-commerce site or movies on a streaming service that drives engagement and sales more efficiently.
Okay, so speed is one aspect. What about the quality of the work?
That's the other side of the productivity coin. It's not just faster, the book argues, it can also be better. It helps improve content quality significantly by helping generate topic ideas you might not have thought of, building detailed outlines, which leads to more structured, logical content.
Crafting introductions and conclusions, too.
Yep. Helping you write introductions that really grab the reader using a surprising stat, a short story, a good analogy, and conclusions that effectively summarize the key takeaways.
So it helps overcome writer's block for those tricky parts.
Exactly. And it can help flesh out descriptions, check grammar and style, suggest better word choices. It's like having an editor on call.
And beyond just quality, what about creativity? Doesn't automation sometimes stifle that?
That's a common concern, but the book argues ChatGPT can actually enhance creativity.
Interesting. How?
As an idea generation partner. You bounce ideas off it. It analyzes your input, suggests related concepts, different angles. Great for brainstorming marketing campaigns, blog post ideas, even product development concepts.
So it's not writing for you necessarily, but helping you think.
Precisely. It can help you break out of ruts, see new possibilities. It can also help improve writing skills by suggesting alternative phrasing or sentence structures. The book even touches on using it for design inspiration, suggesting color palettes or layout ideas.
Okay, so the big picture on productivity.
It's not just automation replacing tasks. It's augmentation. making you faster, making your output better, and even making you more creative. That's the skyrocketing potential. Hashtag GBC, creating passive income streams with ChatGPT.
All right, let's talk about something that always gets people's attention. Money. Specifically, passive income. How can ChatGPT help create those kinds of income streams?
This is where things get really interesting for entrepreneurs or side hustlers. The book suggests ChatGPT can lower the barrier to entry for creating income-generating assets.
Okay, like what? Affiliate marketing comes up first.
Right. Affiliate marketing is all about promoting other people's products and earning a commission. ChatGPT can help create the content needed for that. Blog reviews, social media posts, email campaigns.
And maybe personalize the message for different audience segments?
Exactly. Make the promotions more targeted and effective. Could also help analyze campaign performance data to see what's working.
What about creating your own content for income, like blogging?
Definitely. All the content creation benefits we discussed apply here. Generating ideas, outlining posts, writing intros and conclusions, finding relevant stats or quotes to beef up the content.
So a fitness blogger could use it to brainstorm healthy breakfast ideas, or a finance blogger for tips for saving money.
Precisely. It helps maintain a consistent flow of content, which is key for building an audience and monetizing a blog through ads or affiliate links.
Social media management is another area mentioned?
Yep. Using it to help schedule posts consistently, brainstorm engaging captions and hashtags, even draft social media ad copy.
Could it help with A/B testing ads, like creating variations?
Absolutely. Generate multiple headlines or calls to action, test them out, and see what performs best. It can also help analyze social media data sentiment analysis, identifying trending topics.
Now, the really intriguing part for passive income, digital products.
This is a big one. The book breaks down how ChatGPT assists in creating various digital products you can sell over and over.
Like ebooks.
Yeah. From choosing a topic and creating an outline to actually generating draft content for chapters, helping with editing, even suggesting ideas for cover design or promotional descriptions.
So it drastically cuts down the writing time.
Potentially, yes. Though you'd still need to heavily edit and add your own voice and expertise. Same idea for online courses.
Helping define the course objectives, outlining modules, generating lesson content, creating quiz questions.
Right. And suggesting video script ideas or presentation slide content. It streamlines the whole course creation process.
What about software or apps? Can it really help there?
It can help with the initial stages, brainstorming app ideas, outlining features, suggesting user interface elements. It can even suggest code snippets or help debug, like we talked about earlier.
And even graphic design or music.
To an extent. For graphics, it can generate ideas based on parameters, suggest logo concepts for a coffee shop. For music, it might generate lyric ideas, suggest melodies, or even create simple background tracks.
So the core idea is using AI to accelerate the creation of these sellable digital assets.
Exactly. And then using it to help market them too, writing sales page copy, email sequences, social media ads. It makes passive income streams feel more achievable for more people. Hashtag Jack7. Becoming a superhuman freelancer with ChatGPT.
Okay, final section from the book we're diving into. Becoming a superhuman freelancer.
That's a bold title. What does it mean in practice?
It's about leveraging ChatGPT to basically upgrade your entire freelancing game, go beyond just doing the work, and operate more strategically, more efficiently.
How so? First point is expanding service offerings.
Right. Imagine you're a freelance writer. Maybe you want to add SEO services. ChatGPT can help you identify the skills needed, create a learning plan, find resources, even simulate practice scenarios.
So it helps you upskill faster.
Much faster. Or maybe you want to scale up. The book talks about using ChatGPT to help manage outsourcing drafting requests for proposals, evaluating vendors, even helping manage communication with subcontractors.
Or forming strategic partnerships. Yeah, identifying potential partners, assessing their fit, planning collaborations. It acts like a strategic assistant to help you grow beyond just your own capacity.
Okay, so offering more. What about doing the core work better? Increasing efficiency and productivity.
This ties back to our earlier discussion, but specifically for freelancers. Optimizing your own processes, how you manage projects, communicate with clients, using it for real-time analysis of your time tracking or project profitability.
Automating routine client communications or report generation.
Exactly. Providing faster support, managing your knowledge base better. The book uses a retail chain example for inventory, but you can apply the same ideas to a freelancer managing client projects or digital assets. It's about working smarter, not just harder.
And probably the most crucial part for freelancers. standing out. It's a crowded market.
Absolutely critical. ChatGPT can be a huge help here. First, truly understanding your target audience.
Market research, creating detailed buyer personas.
Right. Identifying the content topics they care about, analyzing feedback you get from clients, even predicting what kind of services they might need next.
And then differentiating your brand. How does AI help with personality?
It helps you define what makes you unique, your unique selling points. Then it assists in developing a consistent brand voice and tone across your website, emails, proposals, crafting your brand story.
Even suggesting visual branding ideas.
Potentially, yes. And personalizing your communication so clients feel understood and valued.
What about reputation management?
It can help monitor mentions of your brand online, identify key influencers in your niche you might want to connect with, and even help draft responses if a tricky situation arises. Using social listening to understand sentiment about your services.
So it's like having a marketing and PR assistant built in.
In a way, yes. It also helps you provide value-added services, being more responsive, offering proactive suggestions, identifying upsell or cross-sell opportunities smoothly.
So the superhuman part isn't about replacing the freelancer.
Not at all. It's about augmenting them, giving them tools to offer more, work more efficiently, build a stronger brand, and ultimately command higher value in the marketplace. It's a powerful toolkit for the modern freelancer. Hashtag outro.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground today, really digging into this ChatGPT Gold Rush idea.
We really have. For the basics of what it is to content creation, research, learning, massive productivity boosts, passive income.
And even becoming a superhuman freelancer. It's clear this isn't just hype. It's a genuinely powerful tool.
Indispensable, potentially. As we've seen, AI like ChatGPT isn't just a buzzword. It's here. And it's actively changing how we work, how we learn, how we create, how we earn.
The key seems to be actually embracing it, learning how to work with it effectively.
That's it. Imagine mastering that conversation with AI, turning your curiosity about it into actual tangible results, whether that's saving time, making better content, or finding new income streams.
We've really only scratched the surface today, haven't we? It feels like this goes much deeper.
Oh, for sure. But the book makes a strong case. The gold rush is real, the opportunity is there, and the tools, like ChatGPT, are becoming more and more accessible.
So if today's deep dive has sparked something for you, if you're thinking about how you can harness AI, maybe for financial gain or just to be more effective,
then exploring further is the next step.
Absolutely. And for that, you might want to check out easymasterai.com. The team there has put together some fantastic resources.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about AI generally, or specifically find tools and strategies to make money with AI, it's a great place to continue your journey.
Definitely worth a visit. easymasterai.com. Go check it out.